This is RGN Podcast. I'm here with Keegan.
Hey.
Kyle.
Ahoy hoy.
And I'm Spencer. So, Halloween's coming up.
It is coming out.
This
Spoopy scary.
Spoopy scary indeed.
Spoopy, scary, I guess.
Spoopy's so scary it makes you poop your pants.
That's right. It's so spooky, it's poopy.
Where did Spoopy come from anyway?
I don't know, because I've never heard it before
This
today.
is the first time I've heard of Spoopy.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I know it's supposed to be like that skeleton video.
Oh, Dookie Spooky? Too spooky for...
Yeah, I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
I can't remember now.
I just see it on Facebook all the time every Halloween now. Or I guess the last 2 years anyway. Man.
Do you find it scary?
No, because it's just a song.
Do you find it charming?
It's like almost like a Tim Burton song. Like it would fit in a Tim Burton movie.
Okay. I don't know what he's talking about.
Well,
Tim Burton.
when the podcast pops up, I'll just put the image in, then I won't sound insane because you'll be visually there.
Oh, that's good. Maybe have the video run in the background.
So you can either
No, I know.
copyright. I'm just gonna, not sound like an idiot in the future, and for now, I will maintain my idiocy.
So future you is gonna fix past you's mistake.
Yeah,
You're
like my 3DS thing problem, the cartridge thing. I left it off at, I only had 9 slots when I'm like, duh, I have 2 sides to it. So it was almost 20.
No, you said it's about 20.
18 is about 20.
No, it's not.
That's 2 off. Round
18
up.
is about 20. Yeah.
All right.
If I was to approximate something, I'd be like, hey, there's 20 of those things I think over there. If there's 18, that'd be completely valid.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Why can't you defend yourself like that?
Because I don't talk at all.
Because most people would also just round up to 20. So
That's true.
Yeah,
you're the reason there needs to be defending.
if it's above 15, you round up. If it's below 15, you round down.
Yeah.
Math.
That's true. The math checks out.
The math does check out.
Yeah. The math. Math is scary.
Math is scary. Math is
can be
terrifying.
scary.
And I remember some tests.
Wow, just stop.
What?
That was cringe. Math just made everyone go brain dead all at once. We all got scared of high school again.
Yeah.
Well, I got scared of high school. I guess you guys got scared of college.
No.
You have to do math for that?
Yeah, lots of math.
Tons of math.
Why'd you just say no?
Yeah. It
Because
was
of
all
math.
math.
Yeah.
It's mostly math.
Yeah, but math doesn't scare me.
Doesn't it?
No, it freaks me out a bit.
See, you have these these lines of all these definitions that could mean the same thing.
Okay.
Creepy, spooky, scary, and now freaky.
Yeah, start at spooky. Explain the definition of spooky to you.
Well, spooky doesn't have to scare you. Spooky can just be a weird occurrence. Ooh, that's spooky.
Weird occurrence. Okay, now what's scary? Because spooky doesn't have to be scary, but does that mean it can be?
Scary is at least I feel, is when you get an adrenaline rush. It's when your fight or flight response kicks in.
What if you're drinking a can of cola and something spooks you out, but you're also drinking caffeine? Would technically that be scary?
No, because it doesn't cause an artificial adrenaline rush. That doesn't
It
cause an artificial rush.
It
doesn't cause an adrenaline rush.
But what if it's too spooky that you choke on the pop?
Then the thing that was spooky, but the choking on the pop would be what I'm scared of.
No, but what if the spooky thing causes you to choke?
As in they come over to strangle me? Then it goes from spooky to scared.
But does it elevate to scary because you choke? Because it's giving you that artificial boost.
You have that gulp of Coke in your mouth or cola, and and you go to say, ooh, that's spooky, but you choke on it. Does that make it scary then? Because now you're choking, and now your body is releasing adrenaline.
It doesn't make it scary by association.
Okay, then what's the difference between spooky and creepy?
Creepy is when you get that feeling, the goosebumps, the chills down your spine. Okay. You're not willing to run away, but you're not ready to run away, but it's just an uneasy feeling.
So if you're walking down a dark hallway, that's creepy?
Yes.
Okay.
Creepy and spooky are very close to each other.
It sounds like spooky is also close to scary.
Yeah, spooky's like the one in between, right? It's
okay,
it's like a spectrum.
Now what's creepy?
What's creepy?
Yeah.
You just said it.
No. Wait, did we? No, freaky. Freaky, sorry. There we go. That was the fourth one. Freaky.
Freaky? I have no idea. I have no definition of freaky.
You have no definition of freaky, yet if we rewind...
Yeah, I know. I'd say that. I guess freaky's more of a... is something that odd happens that... Yeah, I got nothing. It's more like it's on the lines of being spooky. Freaky, spooky.
So you could just put spooky and freaky together. But you could also put creepy and spooky sort of together too.
Yeah.
So you might as well just put them all into scary.
I feel like you've made all these definitions just to have arguments with people.
Yeah.
I like to have arguments.
Don't know if that's a good thing.
It's probably not.
You're just a walking devil's advocate.
Oh, I am. I love to argue. Just like at that big box electronics store today.
Oh, I see what you're doing. I think you can say the name and it won't hurt anyone.
You think I can say it?
Yes.
When I was at Best Buy today, and we got into that discussion with.
Hold on, Best Buy's calling me right now.
It's awkward.
Oh yeah? Okay. Yeah, you're arrested. They're sending the cops down.
Good. That means I got a few minutes to finish this up.
No, they're right there actually. Anyways, continue with your story. I'm sure you got some time.
Dude, you just live in a bad neighborhood. Okay. I forgot what I was going to say.
You were standing in line returning your headset.
Oh, that's right. I was standing in line returning my headset, and this guy was returning a whole bunch of Xbox 360 games. And he said, selling $2 and $5 each. Want one? And I'm like, no, I don't play Xbox 360. And the lady behind the counter says that, yeah, she's always been a Sony fan herself. And I'm like, that's right. Sony, I find, is better.
Ooh. Shots fired!
Personal speaking, I understand both have their pros. I do own an Xbox 360 and I have a lot of fond memories with it. Right?
Really? Because my 7 red rings of death makes me not think fondly of mine.
I never had a red ring of death.
I'm so mad at that. Anyway, continue.
And he goes on and he starts to speak about how he just couldn't get into Sony, and it was just the button decisions, how it had an X button, a square button, a triangle, and a circle, and it's like, how did you have this issue? It came out before Xbox, and he started backtracking and falling apart, and he said the lady said that she owned all the PlayStations from now, and it's like, well, you're biased, is what he says to her. And I said, you know what? I've owned every single one, except for an Xbox One and a Wii U. And then I said, I prefer the PlayStation. Then I high-fived the checkout, the customer service representative.
Yeah.
And went on with our business.
See, for PlayStation, the only thing I could say about their button layout is when you have imported games from Japan, generally to go forward is O and to go back is X.
Yeah.
That confuses me all the time. Because you're just so used to like pressing start and then X, right? But that ends up making you go backwards. It doesn't work. But
yeah, I noticed that when I went back to Final Fantasy VIII compared to the newer versions of games.
Did they have that for 8?
Yeah, you had to press circle. I can't remember. It was just a different button layout.
The only American game I can think of that did that was Metal Gear 2.
Yeah.
For PS2. Sons of Liberty.
Metal Gear didn't 3 also do that? We had a press circle?
I don't remember.
I think the Metal Gear just did that until 4 probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see it.
Mm-hmm.
But those are the only button layouts that bug me. It's Japanese imports.
Yeah. But like the circle's fine. I have nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with a circle.
No, not at all.
Or an X.
Or an X.
Or even like a square or a triangle.
X actually does piss me off because every single system right now has an X button.
Yeah.
So when it tells you to press the X button, are you like, well, what controller am I holding? Is it going to be down at the bottom? Or is it going to be off to the left? Or is it going to be up at the top? You're just gambling at this point. It depends what your memory wants to do. So QuickTime events can just go suck a dick
they go bad. When you do going from Gears of War to God of War.
Yeah.
I pushed a lot of wrong buttons.
The worst part about PlayStation and Xbox 2 is the X is blue. So, that's another thing.
Why does blue have to matter?
Because when you see a blue X, you're gonna think
down.
You either think down or left, right? You don't.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just if they were different colors, like if the X was red or yellow on one.
Even on the 3DS that I have here.
Yeah, but they don't color
it's a blue X.
They don't color coordinate it in games.
Oh, in game. Okay.
Yeah. Because if you see like the PlayStation ones, it's usually like a black circle, and then it'll have the letter in it, and it'll be colored the color of the controller, right?
Yeah.
Or Xbox does the same thing. Like A will be green with an A in it.
Yeah, which tells you which button to hit.
But that's what I mean. The X's are always blue.
Yeah, both X's are blue.
That's true, but the big blue dot.
Yeah, but when it's a friggin'
quick time event.
No, here it is. Here's your solution. If you're playing an Xbox game, you press the Xbox button.
And then press shut off. I got to play with the, I don't know what they call it, the Elite controller at E3.
How was it?
It is heavy. That's about it. So they have these like weird tabs on the back. So you would hold the controller like regularly, but you know how you usually have room for your fingers at the back? They put two little like weird spoon ends on the back that you can flick for like reload or grenade or something. And I wasn't playing a game where they were like enabled or anything, but so I was playing the Gears of War remaster or whatever you want to call it, HD remake. And the whole time I just kept clicking them by accident. Like the controller is so heavy that your fingers naturally just click those buttons. So I can just imagine accidentally throwing grenades. Like you almost have to hold it sideways crab clawed just to not press those. It's kind of frustrating. But I got to play with the different toggle systems. Like you can, so the whole controller is customizable. So you can take those tabs off on the back, and then you can replace all the toggles so they're higher or lower.
Oh, that'd be
It's kind of
nice.
like your own thing. Not 100%, but I think you can change the D-pad too, which is good because I don't like their D-pad on Xbox One either. Xbox has had that problem the whole time it's been around. Their D-pad has always sucked.
Well, that's because it's more like it's almost like a joypad. Not a joypad, a joystick.
Yeah, it's usually rounded, but the Xbox One isn't. But
It
still doesn't feel right. I don't know what it is. But
that's something PlayStation and Nintendo have always had, is a good D-pad.
The original PlayStation I didn't like. I love the PlayStation 4 D-pad. It feels a lot better.
You notice a difference?
Yeah. I think the PlayStation 4 controllers is amazing. Like it feels right.
Yeah, I really like the PlayStation 4.
It does feel right. But I'm talking about the D-pad, actually how it works and stuff.
I think it works the same way.
Yeah, you push one button, it goes that way. You push the other button, it goes that way. Right?
I think they're relatively the same.
No, like I play some fighting games, right? So
oh yeah,
Marvel vs. I used the PS4 because you can hook it up to your PS3, right? I used it for Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and it just feels better to do the circle on it. Like instead of using toggles, I like using D-pads for fighting games.
Me too.
So it's just easier to flick. It just feels more responsive than most D-pads.
I'll give you that.
But personal preference, because I think the 360 controller is still one of my favorite.
It felt nice in your hand.
Yeah, and the triggers just make sense. That is the problem I have with the PS4 triggers. They almost feel weird. The back ones.
Yeah. And they're weak as heck.
Yeah.
I've already broken one controller, and I've ripped apart the right trigger.
Yeah, but you rage quit. It's your fault.
You do rage quit. Yeah, all
whenever
the time.
I can hear you when we play Destiny. Whenever you go to use the sword, like I can hear the flicking. Like you're always like.
Oh yeah. You're nuts.
Like I hear you
I know.
raging
I'm
the whole
really
time.
glad that I switched it to the.
The shoulder button?
L1,
Yeah, I
R1.
switched L1 and L2 and R and R2.
Okay, yeah, me too. I like that.
I haven't had any problems with my controller yet.
Yeah, now that
I did it until it broke.
I did because I thought mine was gonna break, but
Mhm.
now that I could hear Spencer, I'm thinking, well, like, no shit, your controller broke. You're like hammering it.
You're violently abusing it.
Yeah, that's abuse. Yeah.
So, this Elite controller, does it take a bit more of abuse?
I should hope so.
Yeah, Mike.
The thing, what does it run for? I think it's like $120 or something.
Ooh,
Yeah, it's expensive.
made out of gold.
And we live in Canada, so it's gonna be more expensive probably. Be like $150. But I don't know. You could probably kill someone with it. Like it's heavy.
Sweet.
Like it's probably as heavy as these bikes. I'm not even kidding. Like it's a good chunk.
I really like the lightweight of the new PlayStation controller.
Yeah.
The weight of it.
I usually don't complain about the heaviness of controllers because I'm used to it. Like I'm used to using the gamepad for the Wii U too, right? And that's
that's
a
big.
giant screen, but you get comfortable with it. But the new one, the 360 or Xbox One controller, it's got a weird weight to it. But apparently, professional gamers like heavier weighted stuff. But
Well, with the Elite controller, they probably don't have to have that weird claw setup that they do.
claw setup.
Yeah, they fire with their
Middle finger?
middle finger. That's
Yeah,
what it's
middle
called.
It's like
finger, yeah.
this whole time you've just been fingering
It's
us,
like-
trying to explain it.
Yeah.
Just like, shut up, I'm fucking thinking.
Yeah, they fire that with their middle finger, and then they push reload in that with their index finger. By bringing a couple of them down,
Yeah,
they're probably able to just bring it down here and then.
you can use your ring finger and pinky finger
Yeah.
behind. Yeah. I don't know. The only thing, like, crouch is usually B on, like, Call of Duty, right? But on Halo, it's the toggles. Wonder what the setups would be different on most games. Like, I feel like reload and jumping is the only time your thumb moves in a stupid way. Because it'd be like, jump would be the bottom button, and then reload's usually the left button. And then
Yeah.
Call of Duty's stupid, and you have the B button for crouch. So you're only moving 3 directions, so what is having 4... I think it's only 4. It's either 4 or 6 buttons on the back now. Yeah, because it's two like spoon things on one side.
Right, I understand having the triggers and 2 buttons on the bottom. You know, just so you get more fingers involved. It just gives you a little more faster reaction time.
What was that, APM? Actions per minute?
Yeah.
You don't need that. It's console gaming, come on.
Yeah, you should know this.
Yeah.
I thought you were a PC elitist.
Yeah.
I'm a gamer. I play what I like.
You like what you play.
That's not always.
The saying's supposed to be at the end, I thought. Are we ending it already?
That's it.
We're done.
We still have other stuff I guess we want to talk about, but I already said the ending thing.
No, I remember. I love playing StarCraft, but I never should have gone into that tournament that you hosted.
Hey, that was amazing.
I suck so bad.
Okay, I once played StarCraft with my friend. He's incredible at it, I think. I don't really have a reference because I'm just terrible. Okay, I built like one shelter and like maybe 5 or 8 soldiers.
Mm-hmm.
He came at me with like an army and just like
Yeah.
raped me, and the game was over in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, so for backstory, I own my own... We called it a gaming lounge, but it's like a cafe gaming... A computer cafe without... No, we had coffee, I guess.
Yeah, it was a gaming lounge.
It's a giant LAN party, basically. But we used to hold tournaments, and we held the StarCraft 2 tournament, and we had, like, we would go to the StarCraft 2 forums for Alberta, and we'd drop the line that we were doing that, and we had like 5 or 6. No, we would have had 5 because you had to join.
Yeah.
We had 5 diamond players show up.
Holy crap.
I guess this was season 1 of StarCraft 2.
Yeah.
To put that in preference. So that's the tippy top.
Okay.
At the time. And we had to ask Spencer to join just to fill in. And then...
Trust me, I was just dead weight and filler.
Yeah, it was so the guy basically warmed up his fingers.
Yeah, I'm over there. I hear all this clicking, and I'm like, I've made like 2 moves with my hand. That's like, as you're... And I'm like... I have 10 Zerglings. I'm dead. Okay, this is nice.
The second tournament I got to join, though, that we had. And I held my own for 15 minutes, and I'm only a gold player, so...
Really?
I was pretty proud of that. I like my Protoss, and I know they're low tier. They're the lowest. It's always Terran and Zerg. I don't think the Protoss have been at the top at StarCraft 2 yet. Which sucks. But they just make a big ball of death. That's why I like them. Less thinking, more ball of death. But that was always... I like that the most. I think the StarCraft one worked out the best for us. Because we had the computers on the right side of the whole complex thingy or room. And then around the corner we had like the game.
You had a viewing area.
Yeah, you can have it so someone hosts the game and then they can watch it and move around. Mm-hmm. So we had that up on a projector, and then we had everyone that wanted to watch just sitting on couches and futons. And so people were cheering them on while they're just around the corner.
But I got a lot of cheers. I did get a lot of cheers. That's because you can... Oh, God, you're dead.
Yeah.
You can do it.
I was definitely the underdog in that. I liked the League of Legends tournament, although those...
I wasn't there for that one. Because Dean usually held on to the league tournaments, and I would run the cashier, and then he would run cash while I did the Smash Bros tournaments. So
yeah,
and Halo and Modern Warfare.
Yeah, it was good. You had a lot of good things going on there.
Yep, it was fun. I just remember all the tears after tournaments.
I never cried.
No, you didn't. Do you remember we did a Smash Bros tournament, and one of the guys just annihilated everyone. He was basically the zero of the crowd, just making everyone cry and bashing their heads in. And at the time, the prize was hours. So like they could play at our place for, I think it was like 30 hours you'd win if you won the tournament. And I walked up to him because he just annihilated everyone, and I was like, I tell you what, because I'm the owner, I can do this. Let's do double or nothing. So if you beat me, you get 60 hours. If you lose, you get no hours. And I beat the living crap out of him. Still up on YouTube, so I can show you later. But he, I think he only got 4 stocks off me. We did 10 stocks, just so it was kind of exciting. And he rage quit so fast. Like, as soon as he lost, he threw the controller on the ground and just walked out the front door of the Red Wire. It was hilarious.
I've faced you in Smash Bros. Some of my biggest regrets happened during those games.
That was like 4 years ago now. You should see me now. It'd be fun.
Yeah, I've played less than I have before.
You should play me. I'm pretty good.
Yeah, he's pro.
I always play. Yeah, I'm pro.
You play Kirby? Demby?
Yeah. I'm pro Kirby.
Pro Kirby? Pro
Diamond Kirby.
Pikachu as well?
No, just Kirby.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Any map with a drop off?
Not a problem?
Not a problem.
Sweet.
Suck you up and spit you out. Flat back.
Oh, you're one of those. You just grab them and then walk off the edge.
No, I don't.
And then you spit them out at the bottom and then you fly back up.
Yeah.
That's him.
Yeah. But only to cocky players, because they rage quit.
That would not work. We'll just throw that out there. I like Smash 4. Do you guys watch the Melee tournaments at all?
No.
Do you?
Kind of. I don't keep up with them anymore. I don't really like the community as much as I used to.
The community, I know a few Smash players. They're not very nice.
They're elitists.
They're like, get their nose up in the air.
Yeah. I feel like they took this game that they loved and then they block everything else out. So like Smash 4 is the devil. Like it's not good enough for them, which sucks because it's an amazing game, but it's kind of upsetting. I hate when communities do that. Every game community does it basically, but whatever. Battlefield hates Call of Duty hates Battlefield, that kind of thing.
That's true.
And there's a few of us that are outliers that play both.
I play everything. I don't care. I look at Call of Duty as an arena gameplay, where Battlefield is just it's almost like a sandbox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it pretty much is, but totally different.
Once had a guy complain. It's like, yeah, I was playing Battlefield last night. This guy, he was just camping. What the guy did was he put a tank underneath a water tower, and then put a C4 on it, and then went to the other side of the map. And then he waited for an enemy player, didn't matter who, to jump in the tank. So then he shot the water tower. He actually sniped the C4, made it explode. The entire water tower fell on to get a kill. And he was, and then the next day I just hear this guy, he's like, can't believe that effing guy didn't run. God, he was blind camping. I'm like, that's not camping, that's just impressive.
Yeah.
That's setting a trap and waiting. So
that's methodical is what that is.
No, that is.
No, I thought you were just talking about bush Wookiees. I mean, those guys.
What was a bush Wookiee?
It's just snipers that hide in the jungle.
Oh, I'm that.
Okay.
I do that.
they just wait for, like, they hide behind all the foliage, and then they wait for you to tag them, because Battlefield, they have the tagging system, like a spotting system.
Yeah.
So it puts that little arrow above their head,
yeah.
But they're hiding behind all the leaves and stuff, so they're just shooting at the leaves and killing people. So you can never see them, or they can't get spotted. So they're bush Wookiees.
Bush Wookiees.
I don't even know if that term's still around, because that was back in Bad Company 2.
I haven't heard it in a long time.
No.
No.
There's not a lot of bushes anymore in Battlefield.
No, it's pretty open now, yeah.
I miss Bad Company. They need to bring it back. I want a whole environment to be destroyed.
Yeah.
I don't... Like, Battlefield 3 was kind of fun, but when you can't roll a tank through a house and just start taking out a city block slowly, just so you have a better path, it's just not as fun. Because you're stuck at choke points and stuff, right? You can't... Like, their new thing is all that levolution.
Yeah.
I mean, that's cool, but we had levolution before when we could drop a fucking tower and see around it now. So...
I do miss that.
Yeah. But hopefully Battlefield 5, they'll return to it. I doubt it. But... Because they'll probably start that after Battlefront, which... Have you guys heard the price of the season pass?
No. I'm bracing myself.
It is basically buying the game twice.
What?
Yeah. I think it's $50. So you go out, you buy a $70 game, and then you go buy the expansion, which is the exact same price.
Wow, it better be an entire game.
I have no idea what their plan is. I'm hoping that, like, every single one adds something to every map, because I think they only have 4 different maps.
Maybe just add, like, 4 new maps.
Because I'm assuming they're doing what they did with Bad Company, where they're like, hey, we have like 18 maps, even though it's the same map set up in a different way. I got a feeling they're doing that, which scares me.
But the thing with 4 like new maps is like, because I found this a lot in Battlefield 4, is no one plays the expansion maps. They play it for a little bit when it first comes out. Yeah. And then everyone just moves back to the main one. Well, not everyone's going to buy the expansion.
Yeah, they get divided.
Yeah.
Instantly behind that paywall.
Yeah, like, and then you're trying to do these missions to unlock guns, but how do you get all these kills on a certain map when there's only three of you?
Yep.
Right?
I'm actually happy with Halo 5 the way they're doing it. it sounds like they're going to have microtransactions, but every single new map coming out is going to be free.
Yeah, that's a good way to do it.
And I think they said they're releasing 8 free maps.
That's awesome.
But what are the microtransactions for then?
Hats? I don't know.
Hats are cool.
That'd be awesome. That's what they did in TF2.
Yeah. Maybe not hats, but at least probably like different helmets and armor and maybe special emblems.
I like pay to play. Sorry, microtransactions. I guess that's not pay to play. Microtransactions when it's purely aesthetic, and they're not pay to play.
Cosmetic?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we already talked about that with Destiny, with the emotes and stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Which, if Halo goes that way, hopefully it improves it. I think they've noticed that they're not a part of the MLG circuit anymore, and it's probably dropped sales. Plus, I don't think a lot of people liked Halo 4, but because they have that new, I think it's some sort of MLG service on Halo 5. It's like an MLG playlist that you can like theater or something. I don't know. I didn't really look into it, but I know they're pushing it more because they had that. They had a trailer at E3 showing 2 teams going at it. Oh wait, that's what it was. It was like the StarCraft thing, how someone hosts the game, but then you can swap through all the cameras.
Oh, okay.
And see what they're doing. They have that mode now, so it's easier for MLG to just take it and run with it.
Right.
So, yeah, which is exciting. More console games out there.
Yeah.
People are saying for MLG, Overwatch might be a contender to take Counter-Strike off the top. Blizzard game. It's kind of like Team Fortress.
I gotta try it. It looks amazing.
Yeah. You think it's gonna be free to play?
I think it's gonna be full microtransactions.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
That's fine. But like, it's Blizzard. Have they done free to play? Just Hearthstone, or whatever it's called.
Heroes of the Storm.
That's free to play,
isn't it?
I don't know.
Neither do I. I don't play it.
Because I know you can buy it in box.
If only we had
a
device.
The power of the internet. Yeah, I know the big rumor was Overwatch is going to take over Counter-Strike, so. Click, 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 click.
Click, clickety, click, click, click.
Good audio podcast.
Yeah, I don't want anyone to hear me whispering, but you all can hear me typing. Play Overwatch.
Yeah, I think the beta's coming out really soon.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? What do you guys think about all these TF2 ripoffs? Because what do they have?
I like it.
Battleborn, Battlecry.
Well, no, maybe not those. I'm excited for Overwatch because it looks like they're taking TF2 to another level. Right? They're making TF2 look almost like a MOBA, almost like Smite. Right?
MOBAs. Gross.
Hey.
I don't know how you play it. I'll admit, Smite intrigued me, but I never got into it.
I never got into it either. But I like the idea of the third person. And this one's got just that TF2 charm to it. It's just different, right? TF2 has been the same. You got the same characters, the same everything, right? So just getting a little variety out there is not a bad idea. Valve released one a while back called Super Monday Night Combat. That was a blast. Again, TF2 clone.
Was that Valve? I don't remember. I know that came out in the summer on Xbox 360, but
did it? I don't know. I played it on PC.
Monday Night Combat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that totally came out for Xbox.
Right, and it just had a bunch of different characters, a bunch of different ways to play. It just changed up the game.
Yeah, they needed to make more modes for shooters.
Yeah.
I think that's what Halo was doing with their Warzone thing. It's like 2-on-2 versus AI, or like a team versus a team versus AI. Oh. But then it's like MOBA setup where you have to go take out some AI to get better improvements to your base or something.
Okay, so it's going with the kill the creeps and get some gold and buy some better items.
But you don't have to. But the end goal is to get to the other guy's reactor in their base.
Oh, so
it's basically
like
a MOBA
setup.
But you're not running head on each other. Ever. Like it's just an open circle, and then you get like different intels, and then they tell you to go to that base. or like the AI coming in or whatever it sends you to. Apparently there's a lot of shit to do in those, and then I think they have 4 maps for it.
I'd like to try that. That sounds interesting.
It reminds me of the Halo Reach. They had what was that called? I think it started with an I, but it was basically the humans versus the elites. So the humans, or it's basically rush mode from Battlefield.
Mm.
Oh, cool.
So people are defending a line. The aliens defend a line, and then the humans basically came in and tried to do whatever objective they needed to do. And I thought it was always fun. I like when they have change-ups like that.
I do too.
I'm more stoked for the war zones, though. I've always loved when the AI just gets in the middle of it. Or like a 3-way battle, basically.
Mm.
I just find them more entertaining.
There was a Resident Evil game.
Operation Raccoon City.
That's the one.
I feel like I was the only person on the planet that enjoyed the multiplayer, but
I never played it.
It was really fun in my mind. Because the zombies always just got in your freaking way. And it was beautiful. You'll be shooting someone in an alleyway, and because you're making noise, zombies will just come crashing through a friggin' wall and start biting you. But then because they're biting you, they're also meat shields for the other guy that just turned and spotted you. So it created the perfect chaos.
Yeah, that's cool. How you have this third
Yeah.
kind of neutral enemy to just flip shit on both teams.
Yeah, and then you could add like because it was also like a Team Fortress thing, but you had different guys with different perks. So you could use the medic and hit someone with like a vial of smoke that basically covered them in like a scent, and all the zombies would go nuts for that guy. So if you're like injured, you just pop one of those down in front of you, and then all of a sudden you got a bunch of meat shields just like going crazy in a circle. They're just stopping every bullet.
Yeah.
So I found them fun. They didn't have a lot of good maps though. I feel like they only had 3 good maps, which sucked. And then getting the trophies and achievements for it was just ridiculous. Because 2 of them, one was you had to kill all 4 heroes. It was basically, it's 4-on-4, and you had to just wipe the whole team. But heroes have like a stupid amount of health. Like you could sit there and put 4 clips in them and they won't die. But when they do die, they come back as like regular infantry.
Okay.
So it was kind of fun, but it was a pain in the ass to get that achievement. And then another one was survival. It's just like a death match, and then at the end of the match you have to get on a helicopter, but your whole team has to get on the helicopter. Getting people on that fucking helicopter is impossible, especially since on sun maps, I know the hospital alarms start going off at the end, so that zombies and hunters. Oh man. And then plus running into other people up on the helipad, it did not work out well. But then now they're doing I don't know what you want to call it, a spiritual successor to it. It's like Umbrella Corps. They're trying to repeat that gameplay, but it looks terrible. I don't know how you can make that game worse. But they're doing it. They have a cool weapon though. It's like a pike. It's like a axe with a little spike on the end of it, but it's curved, so it's meant to just pierce through zombie heads.
That's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
That might be.
It just looks awkward and stiff though.
Well, maybe that's just in the preliminary phase. Maybe they'll tweak it a bit.
But why would they show it? They showed it at Tokyo Game Show.
Maybe just to get a little bit of hype. See if they can get more funding for it.
I don't think they got any hype from it. It looks bad. It looks really bad. I'm more hoping that they go back to Operation Raccoon and fix what they fucked up on.
What they fuck up on?
Well, story-wise, you kill too many humans. There's not enough zombies. And they could make it more loose. Like it is a really stiff shooter. So it's just what I want. I want Resident Evil to come back. I don't want another Resident Evil 6. Damn it.
Yeah, what was it? That's the edition I got on my Xbox in. It was the Resident Evil 5.
Oh, so you got the red one.
I got the red one.
Ooh.
I'm jelly. I went out and bought the controller, the red controller, just because I liked it so much.
It's a nice controller. It's one of my favorites. I got a red one and a black one. I swapped the backs on them because I thought it looked cool.
Yeah, you know. Whatever helps you sleep at night, really.
Zombies don't. Zombies don't. I'm not a fan of zombies.
I love zombies. Zombies are cool because it's like, it's possible. It's a plausible thing that could happen.
How is it a plausible thing?
I don't know. They have there's bugs that make other bug zombies.
Yeah, it's true. And
There's a wasp that stings a cockroach, and it literally takes over its mind and lays its eggs in it until it eats himself. It eats the cockroach from the inside, and then there's a new wasp.
Isn't Last of Us based off a zombie plant?
Yeah, they have that whole fungal thing.
Yeah, and it's a fungal thing with
Yeah,
bugs,
there's
right?
a fungus that'll take over.
Is it ants?
No, there's ants, there's snails.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, the snails. You're right. The snails have the zombie virus makes them like climb up
As high as they can, and then it makes their eyes start to like emit a color pattern.
Yeah, for birds.
Yeah, to attract birds to eat them.
Yeah. Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah, there's tons of zombies.
It always starts with snails.
I mean, I would bet that we get an AI apocalypse. So like, computers turn on us before zombies, but
yeah, well, you just need one person to, like, let's say, control like everyone's houses or something because they're all automated, but forget to program in the significance of human life. Then all of a sudden this AI is going to be like, well, these guys are making the house all dirty.
Yeah.
Let's just kill them, right?
Just get rid of them and
exactly.
The problem's gone.
Done. Now these houses are perfect because there's no humans.
Another flaw to like zombies is, let's look at what they did with Ebola. They got that under wraps so fast.
Yeah.
That's because of zombies, though.
It's because of zombies.
I know it sounds weird, but everybody has a plan for zombies. It's because it's the most dramatic of an outbreak.
Mine's to huddle up in Bass Pro Shop. Just kidding.
No, not going there.
Don't go there.
I wouldn't go to any shopping mall or anything. Wherever people hide around, I would not want to go.
No, you want to go out to the woods.
Yep.
Svalbard.
Over here.
Did you hear about, I think it was like 2 years ago now, where they called the CDC? They tweeted what your zombie apocalypse plans would be, and people took it seriously. Like, why would the CDC tweet that? And then it made a bunch of people freak out, and then they got in trouble.
That's awesome.
So.
Well, no, it's the idea, right? The entire world's against you.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have to face down an insurmountable force, and so they make these plans to quarantine, to make sure they get everything right, and it's a huge thing.
But I don't think the Ebola was kept under wraps because of zombies.
No, I don't think so.
It was probably because of previous Ebola outbreaks.
Yeah.
And like the bird flu and all those things.
Yeah,
that's probably why. But also zombies.
You'd be surprised. A zombie plan is in place just so they can understand how to treat certain things, because it's the worst possible scenario that they can think up.
What they did something with World of Warcraft where they introduced a plague, and they it started in like a town.
I don't think they gave it a cure though.
No.
I don't think they had a way to make a cure.
But I think they just wanted to see how it would spread with people.
Yeah, I think it only took them like a month or something, and like the whole server was infected. So, yeah. I didn't hear all about that, but yeah, what's that other game called? Plague Inc?
I love that.
That game is so much fun.
I've never played it.
It gets harder though. I can't get past the second level. I could do the first one, but like the second one, I'm like almost there, but then they find a cure.
So what do you do? What do you have to do in that game?
So you start out with like a bacteria or a virus or something. So you infect one country, and there's 0 symptoms right now. So you want that to infect as many people as possible, So you get points you just get random points throughout the game for infecting a different region or something. And you buy upgrades. So the cold, or it infects via sneezing, or it's more resistant to warm weather, or it travels through the air or water, and you want to infect the whole globe.
Yeah, you can make it so it transmits via birds and stuff like that, so that way it'll cross borders.
And you can control then the symptoms, so like headache, sneezing, hemorrhaging, brain aneurysms.
Eventually, you got to make it so this disease will kill them.
Yeah, so I always start out with no symptoms, infect everyone, and then all of a sudden everyone hemorrhages and dies.
Lovely.
Yeah.
I like to do the slow build up.
Ooh.
Right? I'll do. It just starts off with just a basic cold.
But as soon as they
start
doing the cure right away.
And then you get the pustules. That makes it challenging. It's when you get to the pus and the vomiting. That's when it gets a little intense.
Yeah.
Lovely.
With the bleeding through the eyes thing.
Yeah.
So is it just a text menu, or is all I've ever seen is the world map?
That's it. That's the whole game.
And then there's just menus that pop up.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you pick this and
you watch the planes go from country to country. You see this red plane go to Canada, which is infection free.
And then it just starts.
Then this biohazard sign shows up, and you click it, and you're Canada's infected. Yeah.
Yeah, but I noticed with as you go on to different ones, which one would I find the hardest?
Wow. You got past 2?
I think I've done.
Holy crap.
6 of them.
Jeez.
Wow.
I got really into that game. I'm I want to see. I'm the person who wants to see the world burn.
Apparently they put that in. There's a sickness system in the new Metal Gear as well.
Oh really?
Yeah. So you go on a mission, and then one of your guys can get infected, and then it brings it back to the base. And if it gets, it could totally infect your whole base. So you have to find the symptoms.
Oh wow.
Yeah. My friend was telling me about it. He sounded pretty excited about it.
That's
you could lose your whole base. That's not good at all.
It's a cool aspect, but it's only cool until you lose your whole base.
Yeah.
And then you're just gonna rage quit.
You have to rebuild everything.
Gonna have to shoot everyone. All these bodies floating away from this big rig.
Except for his symptoms were weird. Is he had to find out who talked a certain language, and then he had to quarantine them.
That's weird.
I don't know how it fully works, but it sounds really cool.
I like that aspect of that game.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't tried it, but that sounds interesting.
That game sounds never ending.
Yeah, because the story can end, and then you can just keep doing missions and exploring, because it's open world, which is fantastic.
Which is weird for a Metal Gear game.
It is weird, but also cool.
I don't know. You can still look at it as linear though. Either way, you need to get a point A to point B. You're just figuring out your own way in that area.
Yeah.
So.
That's true.
It's hard to say it's a sandbox when either way you have a mission. That's in a canyon. That's literally, there's no other way to go.
Yeah.
So certain missions are still linear.
You can go in from the south entrance or the north entrance.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of cool stuff with the Metal Gear Online as well.
Yeah, that came out recently.
Have you tried it at all?
I haven't tried it, no. I downloaded it.
But you're the only one with the game.
I know.
You had one job. Yeah, I'm excited to see all that stuff. Because people are having fun with the... What are they called? They're the little balloons that pop up as you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the Fulton.
Yeah, they've been they leave them at the top of the ladders. And as soon as someone stands up, it just basically makes them do a backflip off the ladder. So, and then the rocket arm. People have been doing stupid stuff with that too.
That sounds awesome.
What did I saw the one guy played a character that just had a revolver.
Ocelot?
Was it Ocelot?
Yeah.
He fired it at. There's 2 guys behind cover.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess it's 3 guys. He fired 3 shots. One on one side of a water tower and one side on the other side of just a water thing. Just a tank, basically. And he killed those 3 guys. And apparently it goes with the lore of the game where he's one heck of a gunslinger.
Yeah, I was wondering why there was... Some people look like they were like heroes, so like Snake and Ocelot. Mm-hmm. And then other people just look like random grunts.
Yeah, you can play as them, I think. Sort of like, I guess, Battlefront, maybe?
Or you can just pop a hero?
I think... That's how it appears to me.
That'd be interesting.
Otherwise, everyone would be playing as Ocelot.
Yeah.
Or Snake, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know about the cloaking, though. Cloaking seems like it'd be kind of cheap.
Yeah.
Especially on darker maps.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just me. I know I didn't really like the Metal Gear 4 online that much.
I never played that.
I didn't care for it.
It felt laggy and...
Wait, Metal Gear 4, that's Sons of the Patriot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I never played 3.
3 is really good.
Because I never had an internet jack on the back of my PlayStation.
Oh.
But I played 4. It pissed me off. So I was kind of worried and skeptical about this one.
But yeah, that's me. I didn't really care for 4 that much. I couldn't get into it.
Well, I like 4 the game. I just didn't like the online.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I also liked 4.
As I got the stare, the eyes of death.
But did you play 1, 2, or 3?
No.
You just started with 4?
Technically, I played number 1.
Technically,
I played the first Metal Gear.
Oh, the NES.
The NES one.
Yeah. No, Metal Gear Solid.
No, I was always for my stealth games. I always chose Hitman. Don't you Splinter Cell fanatic over there.
But Hitman's not a tactical espionage.
It is.
Is it?
It kind of is.
Is it classified?
I would classify it as that.
Yeah, I would.
Okay. Taking your opinions on this.
I mean, the next step would be what? Max Payne?
What's wrong with Max Payne?
Nothing, but like going to assassinate people, but he's just shooting them. It's not like he's not dressing up and like you can't get through a whole mission by sneaking through.
Right.
So that's what I think qualifies Hitman.
Yeah.
Splinter Cell's
right.
Splinter Cell is way better anyway.
Hitman, you're gathering data, gathering information, gathering intel.
Splinter Cell.
And trying to figure out the best way to get to your target.
Splinter Cell.
Hitman.
Way better. Splinter Cell.
Way better Hitman.
No. Hitman's so clunky. I can't say that because I haven't played the new one.
Neither have I.
Absolution, I think it is.
What? I played it.
Yeah,
and
at least I keep
any of the other ones.
I keep up with Splinter Cell at least.
Okay.
You're defending Hitman and you don't even keep up with it.
That's because I'm defending Hitman on its old games.
Don't you own it?
I own it on PC and PlayStation.
Okay, so
3.
So you own it, but
and
you
I also have
it.
the hardcover collector edition. Yeah. I love the game so much, and I'm scared to play it because I don't want it to ruin any of my feelings towards it. But I have to play it because the new Hitman game is coming out pretty soon.
Yep.
And that one looks amazing. That one looks like they went back to basics.
This one and the last one were done by Square Enix?
Yes.
Yeah. Because I know everyone was surprised about the new one getting announced.
I was.
Because they didn't think it did that well.
Except for some diehards and Keegan.
What?
Did you play any other Hitman before Absolution?
No. I have not.
I didn't think so.
But I don't own any of the other ones.
I own every single Hitman game.
You should try Splinter Cell Conviction.
No, I don't. No, don't get me wrong. I like Splinter Cell a lot.
Hitman, I like it a lot, but it's not as good, so your opinion's on
right? I went off and I started murdering Lights.
Lights the band?
Why would you do that?
Because I wanted to be in the dark.
You don't have to shoot lights out in that game.
I got that now. But I went through a couple missions and it's like...
Can't you just turn off the light switch?
Yeah.
Wow.
You find the light switch and go, flick, and then it's done.
Yeah, but then you go back over there and turn it on.
I'm pretty sure the new ones, Conviction and Blacklist, you can even have like a remote hack to just turn it off too. I could be wrong. Could be another game I'm thinking of, but pretty sure. Because I haven't played a Splinter Cell since Blacklist, so what was that, 2 years ago now?
Yes.
I feel like that was forever. Probably the only thing I ever used Uplay for was to get the blue lights instead of having green lights for the visuals.
Well, no, you can get
the goggles.
I haven't played the game. Is it worth picking up now?
Blacklist? Yeah. it's for someone entering, yeah, it's good and fine. For a diehard fan, it's kind of weird. I think Sam Fisher's getting a little old, and all of a sudden he got young, which makes no sense. And they don't have what's the actor's voice now? I can't remember who he is. He's just in a Flash episode too.
Don't look at us.
You can look at me.
Oh, okay.
He has no idea.
I'm not going to answer you, but you go ahead.
I don't know. He has an awesome voice, but he's not Sam Fisher anymore. It sucks.
Well, in Metal Gear 5, because I really liked the voice David Hayter for Metal Gear 3.
Yeah.
But now it's what's his nuts.
I can understand that though, because technically David Hayter would be Solid Snake, right?
Yeah. I guess.
And then the new guy is Big Boss.
David Hayter was Big Boss.
In 3.
In
I
3,
know.
yeah.
But I can understand why he allowed it to change.
Okay.
If it was Solid, then I would complain a lot more. But,
yeah.
Yeah. I remember David Hayter went to Twitter when he found out he wasn't going to be Snake. And he was pretty pissed off about it. And then, what's his name? The guy that plays Batman's voice. Conroy something?
I can't remember.
I'm
not good with names.
The guy that plays, he was in the animated Batman and he did most of the Arkhams.
Mm-hmm.
So he did Asylum and then City.
You mean he did all the good Arkhams?
That's a... Shut up. Origins is fine. People need to shut their mouths. And he was like, not going to be in Origins.
Mm-hmm.
And then David Hayter went on his like, I feel the pain, but then it was a year and a half down the line, they announced Arkham Knight, and the guy's back voice acting. But David Hayter's not going to be back as Snake. I just found it funny. Which Arkham Knight was a letdown, by the way.
Was it?
Was it? I haven't played it.
I did not enjoy it as much.
I still got to go through City.
I'd say it's better. Okay, I have like skewed views probably. I don't think City was that good.
That's fair.
And everyone thought it was amazing. It was very unrealistic.
A Batman game?
Yeah. Like, who the hell gives a portion of the city to bad guys?
Yeah, that's...
Like,
yeah.
who allows that? In what universe would that ever happen?
The DC.
Grand Theft Auto.
Apparently. What? Grand Theft Auto?
Grand Theft Auto?
Was it Grand Theft Auto?
I feel like it's not.
Oh,
where they control
Manhunt? You talking about Manhunt?
No, Saints Row.
Oh, that's... We're just
No,
talking...
no. I'm just saying like different gang factions run different areas of the city.
Yeah, but that's real life.
We're talking like a superhero run world.
Yeah, they like put like walls around this part of the city.
Oh, did they?
And are like, here you go, guys.
It's just a giant jail.
Here's your punishment.
Yeah, go kill each other in the streets.
Yeah.
That just seems dumb.
Yeah, and then you basically go to each side of the city stopping these bad guys. It was so unrealistic, it hurt. And then the reason why it happened was also stupid, which we'll ignore that for spoilers. But that's why I think Origins was better. It's like he has a bounty on his head on Christmas, and he has assassins trying to kill him in the worst part of town. But it wasn't. You can still see Gotham, and it still looks good. Arkham City didn't feel that way. It made no sense. Like, why is GCPD in a bad part of town? Yeah, and the story was weak, and I will never finish the Riddler quest.
No.
Ever.
Why?
Because I just hate sandbox collectibles.
Oh, I gotta go over here, I gotta go over there, I gotta go over here.
Yeah, like, I guess they made it a little bit easier because you'll be driving around the Batmobile and you'll see, like, a bad guy with, like, a green outline on him.
Mm-hmm.
And that means he's a Riddler thug. And then you can interrogate him, and then he'll give you a clue to where one of them are, like where one of the hidden things are. But I don't feel like driving around and interrogating everyone in the freaking city. It's ridiculous. And at the point in the story, so he's got Catwoman captured, and you can break her out and she's totally free. But then you go back to face him, and then he's like just underneath a plate of steel. He's just like, oh, I don't have to get you. You're not my intellect. Samey guy. And he just hides underneath a door. So the only thing I'm missing out on is him opening the door and then me doing the same process of beating him up again 3 times. So, fuck that.
Done.
I'm not even going to bother with it. He's just going to hide in a stupid orphanage. Screw him. Nuke it. I don't care. God. That's another game with a bad season pass. That was kind of expensive for no reason. I think it was like $40, and all you get is like challenges and some skins.
Oh, that's done.
Yeah.
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 Like, one of the challenges is cool. You get like the Batmobile from the Tim Burton movies.
Okay.
And then it kind of like goes through like, I guess it would be like stages. Like it'll just show like the original Batman, Tim Burton one, with all the Joker cars set up like in the movie. But then you would go through, and then all of a sudden you're in the second movie, going underneath Penguin's lair.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
It looks cool.
It's not $40 cool though.
No. It's like you get that and then a couple skins.
Yeah, which like
that's not worth $40.
Yeah, no.
Then you get like every time they keep doing like a new pack. But Arkham City, you already had these packs. It was just basically like, oh, now you can fight as Nightwing in this arena.
Yeah.
Now you can fight as Batgirl in this arena. It's just, I don't know. They've had 2 story packs for Batgirl, which was kind of lame.
Mm-hmm.
It was cool because they gave Harley Quinn her classic outfit, though. So she was wearing the Jester outfit.
Oh, wow.
She doesn't look like a hooker. And then haven't seen anything on it, but apparently the Nightwing one's pretty good because it extends the Arkham Knight story a little bit.
Mm.
Yeah. So that's disappointing. But
what was that? You can say it.
Fine.
So
that's it.
That's it?
We're at an hour.
That's it?
That's it.
Keegan, what'd you say you're saying?
I haven't quite decided on a saying.
I'll pick one.
Ooh, anyone?
I don't know. I don't have sayings.
I do the intro.
You've got me to talk more than I've talked in my life.
Yeah.
I do the intro, you do the outro.
Oh, I feel.
What's your get hard thing?
Yeah, my get hard thing.
Okay. I don't know.
This is our RGN nerds. We just want to let everyone know to be who you want to be. Be it hard. There it is. Be it always, and be it all the way.
You looked at Spencer the whole time and it looked like you were trying to like get him enthused about it.
Yeah, I was trying. He's didn't work.
I'm excited. Honestly, I'm enthused.
And end.